Am I the victim or the powerful one?
Hi, it's Lauren. Welcome to another lyric analysis. Today's song is Bullet and the Gun. It is song number 20 and song number 5 in the purple section, so the last one. So, before anyone freaks out, the bullet and the gun is a metaphor. And it's a metaphor about power. And there's a line that says, am I the victim or the powerful one? And I think of the gun as the powerful one because it's the one in control, and the bullet as the victim because it just goes where it's told and destroys. And specifically, the bullet is a metaphor for this self-destructive tendency where you just can't seem to stop destroying yourself and you feel like you're the victim of your own trauma, your own negative thoughts, and this feeling of powerlessness. So let's get right into the lyrics. We're starting off strong. Dark. Who wrote this, right? I know. First line is, haven't had the heart to put a gun to my head. So, when I wrote this, I was in a dark place. I'm still trying to get out of it. And suicide was on my mind a lot, but I was also going through sort of like a spiritual awakening at the same time. And I sort of realized or remembered that like suicide is not an escape. Most likely you'll just repeat your life over again, and I absolutely will not do that. And with suicide, you're the same person, but just on the other side, but then you can't actually solve the problems. So whatever negative feelings that you feel will be magnified. So I was like, I can't have that. Like, of course, I don't know, but I'm like, I can't take that risk. So then I feel like stuck and marooned here in my life, but not really wanting to be here. So that's why the next line is, so I keep living, wishing I was dead. So I was living with this constant internal conflict of like, I wish I wasn't here, but I have to be here, which really, really fueled those feelings of powerlessness. All right, next part. Am I the bullet or the gun? Am I the victim or the powerful one? So, right, I'm in this really dark place of feeling powerless, like I don't want to keep living and keep going on, but I kind of have no choice. It's like sometimes I feel like I'm like marooned here in 21st century Earth, and I'm like, wake up, oh God, Lauren Rhodes, not again, right? I'm making a joke, but like it's not funny, but I don't know how else to deal. Yeah, I wake up and I feel powerless. I'm like, oh God. So, but how much are my thoughts contributing to this situation? Is my pain caused because I'm the victim of trauma and such? Or am I the one actively destroying myself? Am I the one with all the power, but for some reason I'm choosing to make life as miserable as possible for myself? Next part, am I the sinner or the saint? Am I the sinner? Did I do some kind of horrible thing to deserve this? Or am I the saint? Am I this good person that's here to like heal the world and this is my dark night of the soul? Like, which one? I don't know. And then, am I the monster or the light that it craves? Am I the monster? Am I evil? Am I the one causing all of this? Or am I the victim? Am I being destroyed by all the negativity around me and not able to protect myself? Who am I? I don't know, right? Next part. I am the artist, the tortured mind. So a lot of the song is about identity, like, who am I? Am I a good or a bad person, right? But this part I know. I know I am the artist, the tortured mind. That's clear. And then it goes, living a dream and nightmare at the same time. So I'm doing exactly what I want to do with my life at this point because of this journey with like the YouTube channel and the skating and actually releasing music. This is like the dream I've had my whole life. That is if I want it to be alive. So it's like I'm living this dream, but there's so much darkness that's still there that hasn't healed, that is also going on. So it's like I'm living this dream, but I'm also experiencing a nightmare. And it's almost like that celebrity archetype of like things look great and perfect on the outside, but if you go into their inner emotional world, it's a mess. Like I really want to read that Britney Spears memoir like fully through. The one that really comes to mind that I did read is Jeanette McCurdy's I'm Glad My Mom Died. Like that's that perfect archetypal example of like this perfect shiny life, but just this tortured artist inside. So it's like, am I living a dream or a nightmare? Actually, it's both, but at the same time, very disorienting and confusing. So chorus goes, love me, hate me, praise me, shame me, brilliant, stupid, or just crazy. So these are all conflicting opinions that I have of myself and other people have of me. And it's this inability to distinguish who I am from other people's judgments and perceptions. So it's like, love me, hate me, like which one? Praise me, shame me. Do I deserve praise or should I be ashamed of my life? Brilliant, stupid, or just crazy? I'm definitely like unconventional with the things I do. Like I haven't really seen people explain music like this. So am I brilliant for doing this? Am I stupid because no one cares? Or am I just insane and nothing I say makes any sense? Which one, right? I don't know who to believe. Who is she? So yeah, it's this enmeshment, maybe family's opinions, other people's opinions, society's opinions versus my own, that inability to like separate and choose who I am versus who I think I should be and what a good person looks like. And I think it's this inner conflict of like, I want to be my own person and everything, but myself has been like beaten down so much and so depleted that it's warring with other people's opinions. And I'm just at this almost like stalemate of like, who do I believe? Other people or myself? I don't know, right? Next verse. Haven't had the heart to leave this earth. So, suicide, right? Even if I didn't have the beliefs I have about the afterlife, I don't think I could do it. Simply because I'm like so stubborn and it would drive me insane to have things left unfinished. And I'm hoping that somewhere deep in my heart, my soul, and my subconscious and stuff, that I can make life something worth having. I'm trying my best. Wish I was somewhere else hoping for a rebirth. So if you've ever been in this really place of feeling like stuck and powerless, you generally like try to find some kind of escape. And I have been following the starseed stuff and the ideas that there are other planets with kind of like holistic, idealistic societies like the Pleiades, and was following that a lot and like wishing I was basically in a better place than 21st century Earth, the headquarters of evil, which is something I've heard, which feels kind of true to me. And I even sort of created this like alter ego. It's Loren of Temur, which Temur is this planet. It's like this beautiful like beach planet. It's this holistic society where it's like for the good of everyone and there's no scarcity. And whether you believe it exists or doesn't really matter. But it's the values that I'd like to carry through. Values such as not thinking in terms of scarcity, not thinking in terms of power over others, thinking in terms of each person as an individual, and we collaborate with the whole. So this kind of persona of Lauren of Temmer is the person that embodies these values and is in more of a place of peace. I just want to be this person. I want to let Lauren Rhodes go. I was dealing with a lot of like self-hatred, and I just want to like take who I am and put it in the trash and be someone new. But I know I have to work through all of this darkness and all of these feelings before I can move on. But I just like, I don't want to. I just want to move on to something better now. Truth. Who wants to wait in pain when there's something better, right? Next part is the chorus again. Love me, hate me, praise me, shame me, brilliant, stupid, or just crazy. All these conflicting ideas. It's like being in this soup of identity crisis, like, who the heck am I? I don't know who to believe. Who is she? And the hard part about this, it's not even like other people's opinions. It's my inner self is divided. Like, some parts of myself say that, you know, I'm a really cool person who's doing cool things that people want to know, you know, and other times I'm like, you're weak, you're pathetic, and these voices are conflicting, and I don't know which voice inside my head to believe. I don't know who I am. What voice is the person I want to be, and what voice needs to be cast aside. Bridge. You don't want to be like me. It's not what it looks like. I feel like from the outside, my life looks perfect. We're doing YouTube, we're skating, we've got some cool outfits and all this stuff. Like, I started this Pinterest board, doing all these crystal grids, all this stuff. It's like I'm trying to like spread honest messages of healing and stuff, but like the journey has been harrowing to the point I'm like, is this journey worth it? I understand that each person and each soul has to go through like some darkness and pain to like understand the contrast. So basically, I would recommend that you learn your life lessons in a different way, because my journey has been painful and mostly unsatisfying. My next part, you don't want to live like me. It's not worth the price. I feel like, yeah, I'm here. I'm where I want to be. I'm doing the things I want to do in life, but I'm so depleted from the journey that I'm like, yeah, I'm here, but so what? It's like the game of life is I'm playing, maybe I'm winning, but I don't even care about the game anymore. I don't even want to play because it's just been so just horrible. So I really hope there's a better way for people to come into their own than my path. Wouldn't recommend. Next part, same part we already talked about. I am the artist, the tortured mind. I don't think I have to say anything else. Living a dream and nightmare at the same time. So yeah, my life equally feels like a dream and nightmare. And I just wish I could settle onto a reality that feels more stable. This is the chorus again. Love me, hate me, praise me, shame me, brilliant, stupid, or just crazy. I don't know who to believe. So now I do the things where I change the lyrics. So instead of who is she, it says I'm everything, which is a state of non-duality where, yes, I am the victim of all of the things that have happened to me, a victim of my own ignorance, but I'm also the powerful one. And then it goes back into this part to end it. I am the bullet and the gun. I am the victim and the powerful one. Look, people demonize being the victim, but if you never let yourself be the victim, then every single thing is your fault. So that means when you were a child just trying to survive and, were mistreated and didn't understand, it's like, oh, well, I was the powerful one, so I failed. It was my fault. So I'm all about self-empowerment and not just playing the victim and just feeling powerless and not doing anything about it. At the same time, never letting yourself be the victim anytime in your life is just really cruel to yourself. Like a child who's doing their best to survive, who's had trauma and maybe developed some bad patterns, if you're like, oh, well, she had the power to change it all along. She was never a victim. It's like, well, that's really cruel to a child who's just trying to do their best. Or an older version of yourself that was trying to do the best they could to survive. So you have to recognize that you were the victim and sit in that space. But also realize that you can become the powerful one. But it's not going to happen like that overnight. So as you move from victim to powerful one, it's going to be a journey, and you've got to have empathy for both those versions of yourself. I am the sinner and the saint. So yeah, I've done some things that are wrong, but I can also be a decent human being at the same time. Then it goes, I am the monster, but I choose to be the light it craves. I am the one essentially shooting myself in the foot. But I choose to be the light it craves. I want to see what's in the shadows, because not facing the truth and staying in these cycles has not been worth it. I think the reason why I'm feeling so depleted and this song, has a lot of negative aspects to it is because I've been in these same cycles over and over again and just repeating them, and it's just been depleting me. And I want you to break out of these cycles as soon as possible by realizing this non-duality of you are the dark and the light at the same time, and getting to this place of non-judgment and acceptance about it, and breaking out of the cycle and choosing who you want to be. Thanks so much for listening. Talk to you later. Bye.
I am the monster, but I choose to be the light it craves.